Well, hello and welcome back to another video. This one's just a quick one about fighting flare in your photographs. We don't want flare in the wrong places in photographs. All of us occasionally will shoot the sun. Probably shouldn't try to shoot the sun, but if we do, sometimes we're going to end up with flare in the wrong places in our photographs, and it's actually not that difficult to avoid it with a quick trick. And yeah, so if you want to see how that's done, or one way to avoid flare, come along, have a look. Okay, well, I've got an example here where I've actually shot straight into the sun, which I wouldn't always do, and I'm not going to try and fix this part of the image here, but where the flare often happens is kind of opposite, and you'll perhaps sometimes only notice it afterwards. So just as an insurance policy, when shooting the sun, if you have a minute or a moment, just pop your finger into the sun, or more specifically, just hover your finger in front of the lens and see on the screen that it's in front of the sun. Just block the sun, and then you'll see that the flare here, which is so obvious in this one, is gone. And it's perhaps not just that little spot. That spot wouldn't necessarily be difficult to remove with Photoshop to heal it out. But if you look carefully, and it's not really serious here, but sometimes you lose contrast in the whole of your photograph just because of the effect of the sunshine reflecting maybe off the little dust particles on the front of the lens. So there we go. So now the question is, we've got two photographs. How do we actually merge them to get the best of both? And that's really not going to be very hard at all. All I do, and I'll just show you the two photographs there. You select both of these two, which I've already done, and then just go Photo, Edit in, Open as Layers in Photoshop, and we'll just give it a few seconds to do that.
A few moments later.
Okay, now it's brought them into Photoshop. You'll see they're both open as layers there. We've actually got the nice one on top. And if I toggle that off, you can see the finger one, which is the ugly one, just to show you where it is. So the good one's on top, but the good one's got the bad flare over there. So all that we're going to do is we will just select both layers, hold down the Shift key and just select both layers, go Edit, Auto Align Layers, and just leave it at Auto, click OK. And Photoshop will just have a look quickly and make sure that both these layers are properly aligned. And yeah, that step is not really necessary if you've used a tripod, which I had here, and the tripod was stable. But sometimes you could actually align them even if there had been movement and still recover your photograph. Let's say you'd actually handheld the image. So okay, now that the layers are aligned, I'm just going to go and select the top one, add a layer mask to it so that I can paint on the mask non-destructively. I'm going to go and click on the brush tool. I am going to make it black, make sure that you can toggle between black and white, black to hide, white to reveal. So now I'm going to just basically start by, I'll make my brush nice and big and just paint that whole area out over there. And yeah, I'm not going to go too extreme with it, because to be honest, in fact, I might go back to the white one over there. I almost like the light in this one. So let's just go and just paint through there. And yeah, actually, I do need to be careful here, because it's just, I'll just bump down the opacity a bit. There we go. That's a better blend between the two. So that's where I'm going to leave it for the moment. So it's just quit Photoshop, and it'll offer to save it. It'll leave me with a saved copy, which we'll find back in Lightroom. And yeah, there we go. There's the TIFF file from Photoshop, and if we go full screen on that, we can see that that blob of flare is gone. Actually, I missed a spot over there. So yeah, one should probably go back and, but to be honest, with that tiny little mark You can just go into develop mode quickly with Lightroom, and let's get the persuade it to get really small, and that's just on the healing brush. Don't want to use this too much in Lightroom. Photoshop is a lot better, but that one is gone. And yeah, so that's how you do it. And if you want to see more like this, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next time.